Hello everyone, my name is Scribbs, and I don't know what video to make today. Because see, today is my 1-year anniversary of the release of my proudest video production ever. Not because of the quality, and certainly not because of the writing, but because it's the video that was the hardest for me to make. It's the only video I was completely terrified of uploading. It was the only video that made me wait a whole day before even daring to read the response on it. It was my coming out video, and I wanted to make something special. Another milestone to celebrate transgender people all over the world, and a very personal milestone to celebrate that, well, I'd made it to 1 whole year, even if there were times where I was genuinely concerned if I would. But I don't really know how to make a video like that. A video that fits that box justifiably, so instead I'd like to talk about what kind of video I would have liked to have made now that I'm 1 year into my active transition as a transgender person. And to start off, I would have liked to have made a short video thanking everyone for being supportive of me. I might not have commented back then, I might not have written thank you as I should have, but it truly meant the world that people here in the digital world, no less, were so one-sidedly nice to me, being a kind, relatable voice when I was really struggling to find any in my day-to-day life with friends and family. Another one of the videos that I wanted to make, another one of the scripts that I ended up ditching, I felt very conflicted about, because it focused a lot on my very personal experience this last year. And I stopped writing because I realized it felt pretentious to me to try to complain about transgender issues, knowing, or at least feeling at the time, that what I went through might have just been the tip of the mountain to someone else. But then I researched a little bit during the making of this video, and it turns out there's a bunch of studies on transgender well-being. Some of the more infamous statistics documenting the high depression and low self-esteem amongst trans people, those that are sometimes used against us as an argument that transgenderism is a mental illness. But there's another study that some of you guys might also have heard of, a study on transgender youth, claiming that from a statistical standpoint, then trans people with really supportive families are 5 times as likely to have both high self-esteem and great mental health, and also 14 times less likely to try to take their own life. Even despite all the hate, all the stigmas, all the issue related to being trans that they face daily. Meaning that a lot of the pain I and so many people I know and don't know had to go through could have been completely mitigated if just the people around us had been more supportive of us. Which is why I've decided to be a little mad and make this video anyway. Simply me just ranting and venting about all the different things that I found so fun to go through during my first year of being out to my family and friends. Such as, 1. Not ever reaching out to anyone, even though you're genuinely falling apart because you're terrified of people's reactions, especially with your family, since the one time you tried to find comfort in them, they threatened to take your medicine away, something no one should have to go through. And 2. Being in such a delusional fight to reclaim your parents' kindness and so-called unconditional love and support that even a year later, you're not telling them to use your new pronouns or your new name because you're worried about the pain you might be putting them through. Something no one should have to do, by the way. And 3. Being tricked into thinking your peers, your friends, and your families being openly concerned to you regarding your gender problems is an act of love. It isn't. When someone continuously doubts your very, very personal choice and tries to talk you out of it for the 100th time, or when someone points out physical aspects of you that might make it hard for you to be happy even after transitioning anyway, as if they're trying to get you to quit through hopelessness, or when someone won't even listen, when you're trying to tell them, even if things are hard, just how happy you are now compared to before, or when your freaking mom or dad keeps telling you, I miss my son, I miss my daughter, it's not cool. If you're under the trans umbrella in any sort of way and someone has treated you like this or worse, then they have some serious prejudice against transgender people that they have got to work through on their own. Because they're not being loving, on purpose or not, then they're being emotionally manipulative, borderline verbally abusive, and if they're people who are supposed to unconditionally love you, then they failed you. And as a final message to all you beautiful trans people around the more vulnerable places in the world that I've gotten to know through my coming out here on the internet, I almost wrote you down in my script as my heroes, but you honestly shouldn't have to be. You're just people fighting to be you every day. But no matter who you are, then you don't deserve this kind of toxic love. You don't deserve people who make you believe they're supporting you only to get under your skin and make you doubt and hate yourself at your most vulnerable moment. No matter how alone you feel, please don't let people make you believe that. Whether if you're someone who's simply sitting around worried about how expensive surgery will be, or if you're someone way more exposed, where you can't even be in your own country and you're looking for the next opportunity to leave, then still, please try to surround yourself with whatever kind of voices you can find. Even if it's only over the internet, that's just fine, as long as you find those kind voices and listen to them. Because I promise you, if all you want is to be comfortable in your own skin and consensually love whoever you love in peace, and the world around you tells you that you are broken for that, then that's the world's problem. You're not broken. It took me a long time to realize this on my own, in regards to myself, but you're not broken. You're perfectly fine. And one day, you'll sit down and give your past self a break, because you'll realize you're perfectly fine too.